Welcome back to episode 348 of the Bad Taste Video Podcast. I'm Mike. I'm here with my man Grizz, who I think just dropped his whole Transformers collection on the ground before we started recording here.
Fucking everywhere. It's everywhere. What the fuck?
But we are here to go over, discuss, celebrate one of our favorite films of all time. We both like this movie enough that we both have a tattoo of the main character. And if you are not watching, you will not know what it is until after I hit this intro. Probably one of my favorite themes of all time.
I had to let it keep going for a little bit just because I wanted to hear the music a little bit more in the intro, man.
Dude, is that one of the best like title card sequences out of all films ever? Right?
Ever. I mean, awesome fucking font with the green and everything, man. I love that. But then, like, the fucking textbook kind of diagrams of, like, you know, the biology fucking book, you know, stuff on top of that music and everything. It's such just a heavy vibe and atmosphere. It kicks this movie off in such a good way where even if you don't know what it's about, you're interested already just based on how fucking cool everything that is going on.
Yeah, I definitely agree. This is a movie that I feel like I can't quite place. You know, the first time that I saw it, I was definitely extremely young.
For sure, me too.
Of course, the first version I saw was the TV version, the cut for cable or whatever you want to call it.
Was it USA or was it TNT? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's probably TNT. Both. Actually, probably both, to be honest.
I think there was like a late night USA movie thing that used to happen. In
USA Up All Night?
Might have been that. I think that might have been the place I first saw this.
Yeah. But, you know, we were so used to seeing the cable version, and then you saw the unrated version when it came to the VHS tape, because there's like there's two versions of that VHS tape out there. And then the DVD versions all started becoming the unrated version. I remember getting I guess it was a special edition of the DVD. It came with like a syringe highlighter pen thing that had.
I have that syringe still somewhere.
I was going to say, sure. I still have that too. Yeah. But the version that we watched and spoke about today is pretty much like that Ultimate Dawn of the Dead cut, where they combined everything into one. It's like what, 20 minutes longer or something like that.
I think total runtime was like an hour 44, hour 45. So it definitely kicks it up a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a scene that neither of us had seen, which is wild.
Yeah.
That, you know, we were pretty diehard fans of this movie. And when you told me about it, I was like, the fuck are you talking about, dude? So, like, I'm excited to show everybody that today. That's going to be fucking cool to get into. But man, not only is this movie just like, you know, we're big fans of it. I think this has like a huge spot in like horror history. It's not the goriest movie of all time. It's not Dead Alive, but it's definitely, I think, up there with like the pantheon of like the ultra gore films of the ages.
Of course, this was a movie that when I was, you know, working part-time at my old job, I was maybe like 19 years old or whatever. I'm talking to a dude that's probably in his late 40s. So, you know, now he would be in his in his 60s or whatever. And I was like, yeah, you ever see Re-Animator? And he knew the movie. So like, he was not like a horror dude or anything, just a normal dad, like a normal dad guy, you know?
Re-Animator? I'll get down with that.
Yeah. So like, it wasn't so crazy that it was only going to be like for diehard horror fans. Some of the shit we talk about on here, like a lot of the Fulci films, the average person never saw that and never wanted to see it. But this was somewhere in the middle. Also because it's an H.P. Lovecraft story. It's based on it's a shortish story. Have you ever read Herbert West Re-Animator?
I've actually never read the actual the novelization of it. No.
It's pretty interesting to read it and then compare it to the book because it's supposed to take place like significantly earlier in the, like it's supposed to be like the early 1900s or whatever.
It's a different time period, obviously. I mean, he's not.
Yeah, so it's really interesting.
Not writing about 1980 fucking.
Yeah, it's really interesting. But this was a movie that I feel like the first time I saw it, it like really just grabbed a hold of me. It just, whatever it is, it's so strange. The Herbert West character played by Jeffrey Combs, he's so weird, but like in a likable way. You're not supposed to really be rooting for him after maybe the first, like, you see there's like, he's got some other shit going on after the first maybe 25, 30 minutes of the movie. Like you see, he's kind of fucking nuts.
He's got a personality thing, but he's a strong character. I think, dude, that Herbert West might be one of, if not my favorite horror character of all time.
You think so?
I think I'm just thinking about it right now. I'm confident in saying, to me, he's my favorite character in any horror film. It's not my favorite horror film. This is probably like my second favorite horror film. I love Dead Alive as my all-time favorite, but he is my favorite character in a horror film for sure. Man,
even more than like Ash from the Evil Dead.
I mean, Ash is amazing. The one-liners, the fucking the bra, he's the fucking man. Like Ash is cool as fuck, dude. But there's something about Herbert West, like the arrogance, but like also like the panic and just like it's a lot to do with Jeffrey Combs. The way he plays this character, it's his fucking facial expressions and shit, dude. The way he plays this movie, as you'll see in these clips, it's so fucking unique, dude. There's nobody else that could play Herbert West like Combs did in this movie.
I agree with Johnny Ponzi that Herbert West is my favorite mad scientist character. Yeah. I'm trying to think who is my favorite like horror character.
Yeah, who is your favorite? Who do you guys like your ultimate fucking horror? Like the one character doesn't have to be like the ultimate killer. Any like character specifically, like, oh, I'm a fucking Loomis guy. I'm a big fan of like who the fuck wants to be a Loomis guy? I'm just saying like that's a possibility. But like, who is your all-time favorite horror character from a movie? I think that's a cool thing to dig into.
It's hard to fucking. It's hard to figure that one out.
I'm fucking riffing. I'm trying to give you some thinking time here.
Because, well, like Zombie, like there's no, like, I'm not going to say anybody from Zombie really. Who else? Like From the Beyond and stuff. Like nobody really like that I would say is my favorite of all time. And then like Phantasm, like The Tall Man or like Reggie Bannister or something. Like it's hard to say my favorite of all time. I'm not going to say Jason or Freddy or whatever. It's really hard.
I can't remember the name. Honorable mention, the main character from Maniac. Dude, that fucking guy. Awesome fucking, like probably one of the best killers in any fucking movie. Just a greaseball fucking slashing motherfucker.
Let's see, what do we got here? Ash Williams from The Evil Dead, Rhodes from Day of the Dead.
Yeah, Rhodes is a solid choice. Loomis shot him 6 times.
Man, it's really hard
Herbert
for
West,
me,
bro. I'm telling you right the fuck now.
I even got him tattooed on my leg, but like
I have him tattooed on my arm, bro. And like I would show
Zito.
everybody, but it's just gonna fucking it's green, so it's just gonna disappear with the fucking the background.
I guess I have to say, yeah. I guess Herbert West, man. Like
Herbert West. watch these clips, everybody, and then at the end, tell me that like there's not just an all around character. I'm not talking he's like the killer or anything, but just like the way Jeffrey Combs plays this. He's fucking perfect, man.
Here's a question for you, man. Do you fuck with the sequels? Bride
hard,
and then
Bride's no, I really don't. This is one of those franchises, that's a rough thing to kind of call it, where it's really just this one. It caught so much magic in a bottle. They were never going to be able to like.
I like Bride. I think Bride's good.
Bride's watchable. What's the third fucking
Beyond?
That. But then there's Re-Animator Academy. Completely.
Yeah, well,
watchable.
that's a
completely watchable, dude.
Yeah. I'm as we're discussing this, I'm fucking with the chat. I'm trying to put it on the screen right now, and I'm like looking. I'm like, it doesn't really quite fit.
Yeah. Squished.
Yeah, I'm working on that. But I do like Bride of Re-Animator. I like Beyond Re-Animator when he goes to jail and he like turns the warden into a rat and everything. Like I think it's like a good. They made 3 films. They didn't fucking push it past that. They part 2 was like a legit movie. Part 3 was more of like, straight to video, straight to sci-fi type shit.
2. Beyond was tough, man. For the reason you just said for me, like the whole turning him into the rat thing, like it's too outside of the realm of like what Re-Animator was, like that just took it to a different place for me.
I understand. I do.
Art the Clown, great call out. Another great character. I mean, Art the Clown for me, okay, but he's not Gertie. Gertie the Clown is the best fucking horror clown of all time. Speaking of which, Unearthed Films just dropping 100 Tears Blu-rays. Fucking go buy those goddamn Blu-rays.
Yeah, go
guys.
support that shit.
If you haven't seen 100 Tears, if you're a fucking Art the Clown guy and you haven't seen 100 Tears, prepare for like a new King of the Clowns, baby, because it's fucking Gertie 100%.
Grizz, do you want to give a little synopsis of Re-Animator?
Re-Animator is about a up and coming doctor. I guess he's not really a doctor yet.
Scientist?
He's a student. Yeah, he's a scientist according to him, who has basically discovered the ability to reanimate dead tissue and to bring people back to life. And these are the escapades of such events. It's a good way to wrap up, I think, any synopsis. You could shorten it up with that sentence right there.
What I really want is like the backstory of pre-Dr. Gruber, Herbert West.
Yeah.
What was his high school days like? What was going on there?
An adolescent here, Herbert West is
because he's obviously like a genius. Because in Re-Animator, he's supposed to. How old would you say he is? Like he's supposed to be at least.
I would say maybe 20, early 20s, 21.
Yeah, right.
He's in school still. I mean, he's
in medical school.
So
he's doing like his clinical shit. So early 20s, right?
18, 19, 20. Yeah, maybe 22, 23.
Yeah, because he's
I'm still comfortable with that. Did 4 years.
Then he's doing his other
school.
shit. Yeah, he's obviously gifted, because West got beat up a lot.
Fucking hilarious. Also, I love that.
But he's such like an odd character, and we meet him in such a weird way. You see that like he's over, where is he, in like Zurich, Switzerland or something like that, and he's with this doctor that is doing similar work to what he will end up. Well, it's the same work, as to what he ends up doing, but when he ends up injecting his what would you call him, like his
reanimation serum.
No, what was like Dr. Gruber was like his mentor, like his teacher, and he injects him with the serum, and this is where you see like maybe this movie's gonna be kind of fucking crazy. They think that Herbert West fucked them up, but
yeah, dude.
Dude, what would you do if you walked in and you saw their shit?
I mean, it would be the wildest shit I've ever seen. I don't know. Oh, dude, seeing that, so juicy.
It's fucking.
I love how it sprays her in the face too.
yeah, like his eyeballs fucking pulsating and shit, I'd be like, yeah, I think we got a problem here.
This is how you fucking start a movie. This is how you get me into a horror movie, dude.
Yeah,
kick it off with a little bit of this.
Within the first 2 minutes of the film, you're getting some fucking crazy shit. You see that there's going to be crazy effects, as with all these like Stuart Gordon movies. He has like a very specific style of film, right? Especially when he's doing this H.P. Lovecraft stuff,
dude. And not only that, but his casting is fucking incredible. What I think makes this movie so memorable, and it just kind of stands out for me, is like the strong faces of like all the different characters in this movie. Jeffrey Combs and how he plays Herbert West. I could go on about that as I have, but then you have like Dr. Hill and like this fucking dude played by what's his name, David Gale. Like, this guy's face is fucking wild, bro.
Why the long face, Doctor?
Dude, like the way they're filmed too, like it almost feels like Funhousey at times. Where I'm just like, man, these people are like almost unrealistic. Is like the way they talk, the way they look and shit. It feels so, I don't know, like it's so almost psychedelic at points where I'm like, the fuck is happening with this guy's face, dude?
Well, there is one sequence where like they do like a TV soap opera close up on it, where it's like almost got like the Facetune app going on, where it's like
that's exactly what I'm fucking mentioning, dude. Is that specific scene?
Yeah, that was a rather odd choice, and I see. Here's my problem. Some of the smaller deleted scenes that were put back into the film for the version that we watched, it's very hard to remember what was and what wasn't in the original. Yeah. But I don't remember that in the original one. It's almost like he's doing the Dracula, like hypnotized thing, right?
So weird.
It is fucking so weird. But I really like
Is that part of like the whole, like him hypnotizing him? Is that in the original cut?
What, like with that, like that shot that we're talking about?
Like where he's, we'll talk about it. I think the scene's coming up. We'll fucking talk about it when the scene comes up. But I'm just, like I said, like I couldn't remember, like, was this in the original? Was this in the fucking TV cut? Then there were scenes that I've absolutely never fucking seen before. So it was hard to keep track of a little bit. I really
like the dude that plays Dean.
Yeah, another strong face fucking character.
Bruce
dude.
Abbott.
Great choices.
I'm looking at his, let's see, uncredited role in The Last Starfighter. Command 5 TV movie. MacGyver, he's in one episode. He's in Bad Dreams. Not the Cheech and Chong one. That's Nice Dreams. Bride, Kaleidoscope, Dylan. He's like really not. Oh, he's in Black Scorpion. That's a TV movie too. The Prophecy 2. This guy like really didn't do much after this. You know, like nothing that I would be like, yo, that's fucking sick. I'm pretty surprised because he's like a very, like
bad.
he's like pretty that. Solid. He's like that 80s like movie hunk, you know, California looking dude. And then, of course, you have Barbara Crampton playing Megan Halsey.
Got it.
Yeah, everybody knows who that is. The dude that plays Dean Halsey is great. Her dad, because half the movie he's a zombie, and
he's so awesome at dude. When the switch over is epic. Like he has another amazing face for that like crazy zombie character that he turns into.
Let's see. The hypnosis scenes were added. I think the shooting up scene was. No, yeah, that shooting up scene. We're going to talk about that one. That's fucking wild stuff.
That was definitely added.
But eventually Herbert West has to leave Zurich and he comes to America. And of course he goes where? Miskatonic University, as per any Lovecraftian type thing. And it's so funny because I always like to think about things that are in the Lovecraft universe like this, right? Like there's the people that are involved in this crazy, like otherworldly shit, meaning like the Dean, Barbara Crampton, Herbert West. And then there's everybody else at the school who's just trying to fucking do their work and go along with their business. Yeah. And like it always cracks me up because like you think of Miskatonic University and all this stuff and like Arkham, whatever. And it's always like, fuck, like it's such a dark sounding thing. It always has a negative, like, oh, something bad is going to happen there.
Connotation for sure.
But meanwhile, like somebody's out there, like wearing a like Miskatonic U sweatshirt, being like, yo, I had a great time at school. I got a great job after. They gave me great fucking, support after graduation. It always cracks me up to think about that shit, right? Like just in the next room, the guy's going home to like go play his Xbox for the first time, you know?
Not a big deal.
Yeah, it's like just wrong place at the wrong time, I guess, when it comes to this.
What I love is like the initial interaction between Herbert West and Dr. Hill. I had to pull this clip just because like Herbert has such a fucking attitude, and like this is kind of what I was talking about, like just the way he plays this character of being so fucking like sure of himself and like so quick to like challenge Dr. Hill. It just sets up the whole fucking movie so well, man.
He knows what he's got. Also, Brian Paulin should do the remake or next chapter. Actually, like Fetus is kind of a Re-Animator-ish movie.
Let's have a vibe, right?
Yeah, go check that one out. That's that'll maybe give you that fix. But I love how Herbert West is so sure of himself. He knows what he knows, and he don't give a fuck what this asshole has to say.
That is cool. I love it.
Your theory on the location of the will in the brain is interesting. Though derivative of Dr. Gruber's research in the early 70s. So derivative, in fact, that in Europe it's considered plagiarized.
Damn.
And your support of the 12-minute limit on the life of the brainstem after death.
6 to 12 minutes, Mr.
Dude, that
West.
dude's wild looking.
Herbert West. Frankly, Dr. Hill.
I like that. He kind of does like the... What's your name? Dude, I love
he's
that.
Such a prick. I love it, dude. I love it so much.
He immediately goes in there knowing that like he knows more than this guy already. Like he's already smarter than this dude. But what's funny is everybody kind of just treats him like an asshole. Like, yeah, he's got like kind of an attitude, but like everybody who's nice to him, he's nice back. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he's very pleasant with Dean.
I mean, yeah, Dr. Hill definitely didn't like give him any shit to begin with. He kind of came at him there, but he also like, I feel like just because of the history of like him being tied to Gruber and this dude basically fucking plagiarizing him, he came into the situation like, I'm going here to fucking, I think he specifically came to this place because Dr. Hill is working here and to prove him wrong. Like that's the vibe that I got from it.
I didn't, that kind of makes sense. Because, like, why else would he do it? Unless he just knows that, like, they have the equipment to, like, continue on with the stuff.
But it's like, oh, you just so happen to show up at the university where, like, your predecessor has had this person accused of plagiarizing him, and you're just now at that. Like, it seems like
that's
too
true.
coincidental, where it's like, yeah, of course he's going here to fucking be like, hey, Dr. Hill, go fuck yourself. Everything you think is wrong. I got this juice that's gonna fucking change the world.
Give him the juice, so, yeah.
I love the attitude, dude. It's perfect.
What about that laser drill? Dude, isn't it funny? We got that shit now, man. The laser knife.
Yeah. That shit's sick, though.
Ahead of its time. But yeah, once Herbert West kind of settles into Dean's like apartment with him, which that's a whole other like awesome dynamic, where Barbara Crampton is immediately like, yo, this guy is weird. Yeah, like there is something like, you got to stop fucking dealing with this guy now, please. She immediately catches on to his bullshit like right away. But once he kind of settles in, he's like living in the basement doing weird shit down there. That's probably like what everybody I ever lived with was like thinking. Like,
what the fuck's wrong with that, dude?
Yeah. But he's like doing experiments at the house at this point, which bravo, man. I mean, I could barely even fucking solder my guitar without, knocking shit over. And this guy's doing medical stuff. But I love the whole ordeal with the cat. Right. So Dean has a cat that kind of wanders around the house. Barbara Crampton loves the cat also. And the cat, unfortunately,
has a mishap.
Yeah, there is a mishap. And Herbert thinks that this is the best case scenario because now he could try his new juice, his new Re-Animator goo, on this dead cat. But it works. Cat comes back, but it ain't happy. It's fucking pissed. And we get the famous cat attack scene in this, right?
This is one of the best, bro.
I like it. It's very Evil Dead.
Oh, 100%. I love the swinging light. It adds so much to the scene.
And like Dean is like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Why is this?
Dude, that fucking cat is so awesome. Just chucks it. The fucking croquet mallet, dude, is fucking great.
Remember that? Remember like every fucking every house had a croquet set.
Dude, I fucking rock that shit right now. I'll fuck anybody up at that. Put the
Now,
wickets in and get it going.
Now there's a cool thing with the cat, because he shows Dean like, yo, dude, like this thing, I'm gonna make it come back. And he has a really funny.
After Barbara finds it and freaks the fuck out about finding a dead cat.
Well, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? But Dean,
like fucking Guy Rugor said, fucking that line that he drops when he's like, "What was I supposed to do? Leave a fucking note that said cat dead, details later." Like,
yeah, but
fridge.
But Dean has like a real medical outlook on this. He sees like, holy fuck, like, are you serious, man? But there's like a funny line when he injects the cat. We actually have it here.
Of course.
So he injects the cat with the serum.
Don't expect it to tango. It has a broken back.
Look the way he's like holding on to him. What he's saying.
This is after they completely smash this thing.
Why does it make that noise? Birth is always painful.
Oh fuck.
Like he's, dude. Like there's something about the way that he's like so close to him that's so like creepy and just it just adds to Herbert's fucking character.
That's the line that I like. But he's dead, and he looks and he goes twice. Like, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love that shit.
That's awesome.
I also like that the cat looks incredibly fake.
Oh yeah, I mean
that
it's a gnarly puppet, but
that always makes everything fucking better when the animal death is nowhere near realistic.
I mean, I don't want that to be realistic, dude. Fuck that.
So, of course, as per any good science-based movie, things must escalate, right? And
they escalate in the best way in this movie, dude.
Well,
so you have to test the theory now. Like, it works on a cat. Yeah, the cat was a little pissed off, but like it brought it back to life. So they gotta fucking up the scale now. The only thing left to do is to try this on a human.
Have to.
Which, I mean, technically, Herbert's already tried it on a human because he's tried it on fucking Gruber.
Yeah, but now he refined it. He said he's been working on his juice here,
well, this
and he
is
thinks
2.0. He's got to give it another trial run here.
Dude, this is a pretty terrifying fucking zombie. Right? Like, this is...
Dude.
Yeah, he's a tank.
Let's just say, right off the jump here, probably the most dong in any horror film. I mean, this movie hangs a lot of zombie dong.
Yeah, this movie's very, very 70s, like Italian 70s film.
Yeah, I'll paraphrase that with being an 80s, 80s, 90s, 70s dong doesn't count. It was pretty prolific back then. But this is like trying to take there's a whole like part of this movie that I would love to take scene from.
Couldn't.
But there's like a random nipple that'll fly by and then like a ball sack will swing by. And I'm like, well, what the fuck, dude?
They spend
How am I supposed to use any of this?
Yeah, they spend a lot of time in the morgue. And, cadavers are kept nude in the morgue.
Yeah.
And that unfortunately makes it difficult for us to play clips.
One
on
of those
YouTube.
Fucking zombies had a hammer on him too. I was like, Jesus Christ, I can't take any of this.
You
footage,
look down. You're like, fuck. But they inject this corpse in the morgue, and it flips the fuck out. And it just starts tweaking and throwing shit. It's throwing the gurneys that have bodies on it.
I know, I love that.
And unfortunately for them, Dean Halsey is also in the morgue. And this leads to more complicated issues when he walks in on all this shit going on, and he gets fucked up by this zombie too, right? He gets fucking destroyed.
Coming to him, dude. He gets the old bone saw.
Oh man, this is how they fucking, so this thing is raging. Dean Halsey's now in here involved too, and he's fucking gonna kill Dean Halsey. Yeah, and
he does kill him. He does kill him.
He does kill him. But the only way that they're able to stop this fucking zombie is with the bone saw, and they do this in such a cool way because it's well lit. It's like surgical lighting, right? Like an underrated thing in these movies. It's well lit.
Herbert West drops an amazing line.
Yeah,
done only as he could fucking do.
And there's tons of blood. It's banging him against the wall. He starts pushing the bone saw through his back, and then you start seeing emerge. It starts emerging from the chest. Look at that! Ah!
Dude, the face. That's fucking sick.
Look at that!
I love how he fucking.
He looks like Jim Cornette there, right? It looks like Corny there.
You know what? That might be why I have an affinity to fucking like him so much. Pretty diehard Cornette guy. That's got to be part of the connection for sure.
Dude, there's like a whole series of clips here that are like one after the other, but they're so important to the plot in the movie, right?
Just taking, we usually aim for about 10 clips per episode. I went a little over on this one. There was just no way. There's so much good things and things that we need to fucking touch on that if we didn't, it would feel like we fucking missed something on this one.
Yeah. So after Dean Halsey is killed by this woken cadaver, they decide, well, this is a good time to fucking try the serum on a fresh one. And,
dude, and when he says, like, look, this is the freshest corpse we're going to get unless we kill somebody ourselves, I'm like, dude, I just like that because it's in his head already that, like, I might have to fucking kill somebody to get a fucking fresh corpse, dude.
But Herbert West drops an awesome fucking line, a real Frankensteinish line here, right?
Come on.
This is...
I'll show you. 15 seconds, I'll show you.
His eyes open.
The music.
Seconds, reanimation at 17 seconds, the eyes open. Dr. Halsey, you once did me a favor by letting me into your medical school. Doctor, I'll come back to life.
I love that.
Amazing, dude. Yeah, so good.
Welcome back to life.
Just makes me so happy. I can't help but smile when I fucking hear that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, like Dr. Halsey's on this fucking medical table, like just coughing up, gurgling up blood. No bueno. And this is, but it's pretty convenient because they basically blame him for everything, right? They're like, oh,
yeah, he went crazy.
Dude, that fucking security guard. What the hell's going on here? I'm calling the police.
He fucking walks out,
dude, that was the most rational response to that situation.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on here? Fuck it, out of my pay grade.
Too big for me, baby.
I'm calling the cops. I'm out of here in a half hour. I'm fucking done. Yeah. But this is where, like, basically the downfall of everybody starts snowballing. And after this, we get a scene that me and you have never seen. We never saw this. We've never seen this fucking clip. And I was fucking shocked. I was like, hold the fuck up.
Why?
What?
It changes a lot, like, about what the serum is and what it can do. Like,
yeah. So Dean walks in on Herbert fixing a shot. He's shooting himself up with the fucking reagent. Dean actually helps him do it. And he basically says he does it so he doesn't have to sleep. You can see, I bet they were going to have an effect here at some point, I bet. But, like, I like how he kind of straightens up and he, like, collects himself.
In the way he delivers this.
Now, we must make our plans.
I love that. That's so
Jeffrey
good.
fucking Combs, everybody. How is he not one of the best, if not the best fucking character in a horror film of all time? He's amazing.
I love that. Like, he collects himself and it's just like, all right. I'm
fucking
good.
get it going, baby.
Yeah.
Game time.
But he, you know, as everybody knows, he ends up taking out Dean Halsey, right? Not Dean Halsey,
Hill.
Dr. Hill, because Dr. Hill is gonna
Yeah.
blackmail him, basically, right?
Steal his entire fucking
All his work.
claim credit for the fucking serum. Offered him a fucking side job as like an assistant.
Sidekick.
That's still it's
Fuck
pretty
that.
bullshit. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty fucked up.
But he doesn't know who he's fucking dealing with, right? We got the garbage man, Herbert West. He's here to take out the trash.
And I do guess the whole, like, from what the chat said, the whole thing with him, like, giving him that hypnotized thing before this, where he's like, "You're gonna do what I say."
You think that's? I guess, yeah. I guess that's part of his like shtick.
But like, that's new to me. I didn't see that shit before, and they said that's like an extra scene that they added in here.
There
and
it
I was
is.
like, dude, I don't like that at all, though. Like, Dr.
Creepy.
Hill's got fucking telekinesis or some bullshit now. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is going on?
It's gonna
man?
make you like light yourself on fire or something.
So fucking dumb.
But I do like how Herbert West takes care of this motherfucker. I will be famous. And then he gets fucking walloped with the shovel. And then he just starts stabbing his fucking neck with it. I like that.
Shot's so good.
That's a sick shot where you see the shovel like embedded in his neck.
So good.
Herbert
I love how
West
the head
has-
comes off there. Oh, it's awesome.
It just kind of rolls off and the body's twitching
Yeah,
still.
twitch it, baby. I love it. It's so good, dude. They fucking nailed this movie. I guess like the dudes for the special effects team said like they used more blood on this than any other movie they've ever worked on.
I
It
love
was
it.
like a ridiculous amount of blood for this movie.
But Dr. Hill's body and head are reanimated, and they have pretty much, I guess, because he's also smart. He's able to keep his like sentience, right? Is that what it's supposed to be? That like he's able to like overpower the zombie like nature of it.
Yeah, because he's the only one that's able to fucking really have like any sense of who he was before or after, and his head's completely fucking off, which is the wild part, you know.
Also, here's another thing to think about. He gets like a bigger dosage, technically, right? Because he injects the body and he injects the head. So, like, maybe that has something to do with it. Because he also needs the injections, like, constantly.
Keep it going. Yeah, that's true.
But
I love that scene where he's in the office and he's just like getting all of his shit ready. He's got his like little headband and he's fucking putting the blood in there and shit, dude. That's awesome.
I like when he's using when the body's using the medical head, like the display, the
He
model.
like walks by the security guard. He's like, "Oh, good evening, Dr. Hill." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
That shit's so funny. There's so much funny stuff in this, but it culminates in a battle basically between Herbert West, Dean, and Megan Halsey, and
bunch of
fucking
zombies.
Dr. Hill. And the Dean, lots of Deans in this shit. But I love when they kind of figure out how to like destroy the zombie army in the basement. You basically have to kill Dr. Hill's head, right?
Yeah, and that like just that's a good point. I like
This
that.
is such a fucking awesome scene. Like the way that this is shot is very memorable to me, and I feel like it's like a nightmarish sequence also, right? The way that it's like
that backlighting and everything of it.
yeah. So the head is being squeezed, and you just see like that where it's all black behind him, and he just throws it against the wall. It's like an empty husk. Oh man, the security guard. Oh, we almost saw some dog there, man. Thank God you cut that. Jeez, that was close.
I was.
But like this whole sequence is nuts, right? This is a very Lovecraftian sequence because there's all the zombies, and then you start getting like a tentacled intestine creature. That's
Dude,
And-
the lighting on this too, where he gets tore the fuck apart, and then Herbert gets dragged into like the tentacle zombie stomach of Dr. Hill. This the way everything is lit on this, the way everything looks, it is like this wild fucking nightmare like sequence of events, man.
that's crazy.
So
The
good.
backlighting,
so good.
and then like this intestine monster. That's how you feel after eating Taco Bell, right? Or
Oh, dude. Those hot pockets you had the other day.
yeah. My notes.
Save
Take my
fucking
notes.
Yeah, you gotta save the work.
See, that's like the most important thing to him.
It
Nothing
is.
personal.
That's what I
man.
like about that too. You're right.
Yeah. He gets sucked in, but you don't quite know what happens to him, right? You don't really, if you don't see the dead body, is he really dead?
Leaves it open for interpretation.
Leaves it open. Now here's,
I just love the tentacle thing, dude. That's fucking cool.
here's an
Very,
awesome,
very Lovecraftian.
yeah. Oh, for sure. Especially with the dark, like otherworldly lighting going on all of a sudden, like random super bright lights, almost like a portal into another dimension.
Yeah, that's what it did feel like.
But unfortunately, Barbara Crampton doesn't survive, right? She is dead. She is choked to
Casualty.
death, right? So Dean rushes her to the emergency room. They try to resuscitate her and they fail, right? And
He remembers.
yeah, he realizes, hey, I have this shit. Guess I got to do it. I love this with the music starts to creep up.
Yeah, dude. Builds it. How
You
they
could tell-
end this is amazing too.
Yeah, you could tell that like he's like lost it, right? That he's just as crazy as Herbert now.
Dude, how this goes black is so fucking epic.
Oh yeah, this is the best part is this. It goes black, you just see the reagent in the needle go in,
It's so good, dude.
and then you
Fuck,
hear
I
her
love it.
scream, right? You hear like her fucking wail.
It's amazing.
10 out of 10 movie. 10 out of 10.
Hall of Fame. Everything about this movie is
yeah.
fucking perfect, dude. This is my favorite 80s horror film. 100%.
Zero explanation in Bride of how Wes came back. Yep, that's true. They're just like in Venezuela or something, because I remember there's like an iguana walking around. It's just such a perfect ending to this movie. It's so strange. I couldn't imagine seeing this in theaters for the first time. Like just being like 1985, seeing this, having no fucking idea what is going on, no history. Maybe I've read the stories, probably read
It'd blow my
Lovecraftian
mind,
shit.
It'd be amazing.
Holy shit! What an
Jealous of anyone
ending.
that got to experience that for sure.
You think this is a downer ending, or do you think this is a positive ending?
Oh, dude, that's tough to say. Like, it's got downer connotations for sure, because like we know what happens when you get fucking brought back to fucking. I mean, but it also has kind of this like romantic fucking like pulling at your heart. He's so crazy distraught because he lost the woman that he loves, that he's willing to fucking hit her with the juice, knowing she's probably not going to be.
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna say this is 100% a downer ending. Herbert West ruined these people's lives. Dean Halsey's dead. Dr. Hill is dead. She's now a fucking zombie. Dean is fucking out of his mind. He's crazy. His life is ruined. Herbert West may or may not be alive.
In a different dimension somewhere.
Yeah, all those fucking corpses in the morgue, all those people's loved ones have been mangled and desecrated.
Like that dude, the bodybuilder dude, he's like, he came in for heart failure and he's got a fucking bone saw through his fucking chest.
What the fuck? Like, did he get
Like,
shot
what
with a
happened?
shotgun? Like, what the fuck happened here? But this movie is absolutely fucking awesome. Grizz, your homework, man. I know you fucking hate it. You know what? Listen to the audiobook of Herbert West Re-Animator. Just listen to it. It's very quick. It's quick. Also, go out there and watch the sequels. They're worth watching.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Sure
These Stuart Gordon, Jeffrey Combs movies. It's like if you put them together, it's like Tales from the Hood, but white people shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yes, exactly.
just can't leave shit alone. You know what I mean? Just got to do dumb shit. I love all these, like Castle Freak and all that stuff. From Beyond, obviously. That one's also, that's got Ken Foree in it in his tidy whities.
Great casting on that also.
Yeah, that's another awesome one. But yeah, Re-Animator, probably one of the best horror films ever made, right?
100%. 100%.
Hey, is this kind of
best horror film?
Is this kind of considered sci-fi horror?
I guess it pushes us into that, anything Lovecraftian is going to dip its toes into that for sure,
Yeah, I feel like medical shit goes into the science fiction world because obviously medical science. So like, I don't
most
think
of the time it's exaggerated. It's extreme versions of medical things that aren't realistic, which takes it to that science fiction level as well.
Yeah, I feel like people don't necessarily categorize that stuff as science fiction. They kind of like science fiction is like space robots, things like that. When, like,
I like the way you said that. Yeah.
The monotone. Yeah, I'm the fucking
almost like
Terminator.
turned into a robot for a second, bro. That was weird.
Dude, before we get into the wide world of fucking metal here, I watched a YouTube video not that long ago, meaning a few days ago. It was about what the biggest mistake Skynet made during the future war, right? Biggest mistake Skynet made was developing the plasma rifle. Because that was able to hurt them too, while the regular human weapons, it was nothing to them. Meanwhile, they would be able to mow all the humans down. So like that was
they would have been
foresaw that, calculated that.
Yeah, that we shouldn't make something that's going to be able to be used against us. That feels like something that Skynet probably wouldn't actually fucking,
We're going to make this weapon that just takes all the oxygen out of your lungs. It's like, hey, you think we should really use this? It could probably be used on us, man. Nah, it'll be cool. It'll be cool.
God, as long as we got it, it's fucking dope. Don't worry.
But you saying, you mentioning the robotic tone and then the Terminator thing. I don't know. I just had to bring that up. That really blew my mind. I was really shocked by that. Great point.
It's a really good fucking concept, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like that stuff. All right, Grizz. It's time that we head over to the wide world of metal, and we're kind of going back to our roots here.
This is it for me, baby. I fucking love this.
What do we have this week?
All the way from the land of the rising sun, man, Japan. We got some fucking classic gore grind. This band is called Human Liquefaction. Album is Unknown Infection Causes Human Liquefaction. Great name. The artwork for this is fucking fantastic. This is everything that I really loved about this genre of music. No song on this entire album is over 30 seconds long. So all the different songs you're going to hear are going to be songs in their entirety. There's a couple of songs that are literally a second long on this album. They're pretty fucking good.
It is what it is.
But yeah, I don't know. Where should we fucking begin? Let's play Schizophrenic Rotten Head. This is a good one.
I like that snare.
Great vocals.
This is my shit, man. This is what I like fucking writing.
So good.
That's it. That's
the whole song.
I love it.
Dude, that artwork is fucking sick as fuck. Too.
I love it.
That's the one thing you just brought up, though, the fucking snare. I think that's one thing that's super important, that all good fucking, gore grind type bands, they have that good pop. That snare's got to stand out. It's got to fucking hit real hard, man. It's triggered up nice and loud. I think that sounds so fucking good. The vocals are monstrous.
Yeah,
just
great.
A fucking. There's honestly, I wish I had more information about the band. There's no information available that I can find as far as how many people are in the band. I'm assuming it's a drum machine. Not 100% sure.
I think it's a drum machine. I'd be impressed if it's a real person playing that. Good for you.
Yeah, I mean that's like Sleep Terror level fucking drumming for sure. If it's a fucking person, wouldn't be surprised though. I've seen wilder things. Let's do Parasite Mass Proliferation. That's a pretty good one too. A little longer.
I would like to see this live.
This would be fun as fuck, dude.
The more you look at the artwork, the more fucked up it is. Just saying.
I didn't notice the rats at first.
Yeah, right? It's fun.
I don't know what you guys were thinking. This sounds just like the last song, just longer. And you're right. It absolutely does sound just like the last song.
It's called Gore Grind. Duh.
Yeah.
Welcome to 2025, bruh.
And the full album, I mean, this is it's not. I didn't find it on Spotify. I looked in different places like that. There is a copy of this on YouTube, but this is on their Bandcamp. The Bandcamp is the Human Liquefaction Bandcamp. They do have a couple other releases that are super fucking good. This is the one that just got released on March 7th. So this is fucking brand new.
I think we only have my favorite song left.
I saved the best for last. Dude.
Congenital Penile Curvature.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I like that stuff. I can listen to this all day. There's something about it. It's like listening to white noise before, like while you go to sleep. I get a similar feeling, but while awake.
I like fall into like this weird zone of just like it's almost droning out. Like I know that it's a song playing, but it like provides this like drone.
It's almost like it gives me concentration. Like I'm able to concentrate. Like it blocks everything else out. I enjoy it. I think we have a problem, man. Probably,
because I absolutely fucking love this album, and I'm like I said, like we heard the two longest songs. The two that we just heard that were like 23 and 24 seconds long. That's the longest songs on this album. But that's like if you go back to like, you know, early 2000s, late 90s gore grind and shit like that. That's how a lot of that stuff was. I mean, there's 20 tracks on here. Maybe the whole album is 10 minutes long. Honestly, like
that's like that's the name of it. That's the name of the game, man. I fucking really dig it. I'm into it.
Yeah, Human Liquefaction, all the way from Japan. Unknown Infection Causes Human Liquefaction is the name of the album. Released March 7th. Just go to their Bandcamp, give them a bunch of plays. You can buy the digital, name your price. They're not even asking for fucking a specific amount. You can give them $1 and get all this goodness downloaded, dude.
Yeah, give them $1. Give them $1.
Give them a fucking $1.
Yeah, go give them $1. Dude. Even if you don't even fucking like it, just go give them $1. How about that?
Even if you don't got $1, give them $1.
Don't do that now. We don't want anybody getting into fucking trouble here. But Grizz, I think, actually, no, that doesn't wrap it up for this week yet.
We got to talk about what we're doing next week, dude. We didn't even.
We didn't even talk about what we're doing next week. Next week, live on our YouTube page. YouTube.com/@BadTasteVideo podcast at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be covering the Frank Henenlotter classic, Frankenhooker.
Doing it finally, dude.
I'm surprised that we've never done this before. We didn't even do it before you, which is funny because now that seems like a fucking lifetime ago. Some of these things that we're doing on YouTube now, we're going back into pre-Grizz days. And now we're redoing them with video.
75 episodes or something like that.
Yeah, fucking a long time ago,
dude. Holy fuck,
man. Years. But yeah, we're finally doing Frankenhooker. You know, we like this genre, like the sleazy New York, LA 80s.
Great atmosphere.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped to do it. I know a lot of people have requested us to do it. I know it's a pretty popular film, so I guess we got to do it.
I felt like it was a good follow up to Re-Animator too, man. I think it's going to be this would be like, to me, I would enjoy watching both of these movies back to back. So I figured let's fucking do them back to back month. You know, it's gonna be a good time.
That's good. I like that a lot, and that's going to be next Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube page. Grizz, I'm not one for like the Glory Day reunion remake type thing, but I saw the trailer for Happy Gilmore 2 today, and
really?
Dude, I legit was like, "Yo, that looks."
Did they
awesome.
do it? Really?
Yeah, it's real. It's real. No, dude,
I saw the first bumper they put out, and it was just like generic as fuck. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
This one had like more in-depth shit, but it has like Ben Stiller's character is back.
Okay.
Like shit, like they brought like people back from like, you know, everybody's old now. Everybody's like fucking. It made me kind of go like, you know, this is how you do this shit. You make it more real.
I'm gonna have to look at the trailer because I've been writing it off as like, this isn't gonna be fucking good.
I like when they do like, all right, they're gonna do like a sequel or they're gonna do something, but I like when like the original character is like 50, 60 years old and they make the character 50, 60 years old past their it's realistic in the fact that like they're no longer who they were
work.
30 years ago.
That's the only way to fucking do it, honestly.
Yeah, it feels, that's why I think all the Re-Animator fucking sequels work, because like Herbert West doesn't need to be a jacked, athletic military dude and all that stuff. He's a scientist. Right. So like as he got older, like the character, it was still Herbert West. It still worked. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like people don't lean into that more. They try to keep the person like, that's what they did so well with the Rocky like sequels, the newer ones. They didn't make it where Rocky's going to go in there and beat the #1 fucking, you know, all this shit. I mean, he kind of does, but like they make it realistic. Like, yo, you ain't the same. You're just going to learn to fucking throw like haymakers basically, you know, and just take punishment. Like, they're not going to go in there and Apollo Creed him, you know, and end up getting killed.
You know what? We're on the topic here of remakes, dude. I got one that hurt seeing what I saw from it, and that's the fucking Toxic Avenger remake. I don't know what's happening over there. I think probably a lot of people saw the leaked photo, whatever. I don't know who put it out, but it's the picture of Peter Dinklage in the full-on Toxie outfit that they built for him. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that works for me.
It legitimately looks like they are making a sci-fi channel fucking movie, dude. Like, I don't understand the casting choice. I don't understand what's going on with this fucking makeup. They are ruining a childhood favorite of mine, and it's hard to sit back and watch this happen. Dude.
Welcome to the club, bro. Welcome to the club. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what the thought was behind it. I don't know. I don't know anybody that's seen it because I think it has shown places, I think, right?
Has it really?
Well, I thought like people have seen it like in festivals or whatever. I thought it like did. I do like the fact Elijah Wood's in it because I like him as in like these weird characters.
Like yeah,
but
he's a hardcore horror fan too. He's into Ritter films and shit. I give that dude respect.
Yeah, he's a legit dude. But I don't know, man. I kind of wish they had somebody else playing Toxie.
I'm okay with the Martyrs remake, Alex, because like
I saw that before the original. I thought it was good. I don't know.
Yeah, and like the original, I don't know, like it wasn't as popular as enough of a film to be like they can't touch it. That's a fucking, Martyrs is still kind of underground, so I feel like it's okay to like kind of pick up on something like that.
I thought like Let Me In and Let the Right One In. I thought those two were good too. I thought they did a good job remaking that, like an American version. Quarantine and Wreck. I thought that was good. I thought Quarantine was a good American version. Did it need to be done? Not really, but I think they did a solid job. They're out there. There's some remakes for the American market that are good,
Not, I mean, doesn't mean they're necessarily better than the originals, but yeah, I was just say Ring. I mean, I've seen Ring,
The Grudge,
Ringu or whatever, but like, I think that obviously the Ring's a little bit easier of a watch for me. It makes more culturally fucking. It's American. So it makes.
Did the Power Rangers count?
Dude, I fuck with them hard, bro. What was your color?
Oh, dude. Oh, man.
I liked when that green motherfucker came in with the little fucking sword, bro.
Yeah.
And fucking
I think everybody wanted that fucking flute with the dragon sword and everything.
Was fucking,
I never had that. My friend did. I was so jealous. And then when he became the White Ranger and had the sword,
the White Ranger,
it was no longer the dagger. It was a fucking big ass sword. That shit was sick.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, bro. But Grizz, I think that just about wraps it up. Now that we're talking about the Power Rangers, Grizz, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Instagram at Kane_enabler.
And you can find me at Bad Taste Video. And you can find everything we do at www.badtastevideo.com. We stream every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@badtastevideopodcast. If you can't catch it live, you can always go back and watch it. We have all of them on the live section there. Unlike Twitch, that only let us keep it for 2 weeks. Fuck them. If you don't want to watch it, you could go listen to it wherever podcasts are found. We release it every Thursday morning in podcast form, but probably better to watch it. You can actually see the fucking clips.
Yeah, well, shout out to the chat tonight. You guys were awesome, super active for us, and bunch of good information, answering cool fucking questions. You guys are awesome. We appreciate
you guys are the best. Next week should be a good one with Frankenhooker. We got a couple movies lined up that we think you guys are going to like. But we want to thank everybody for coming in the chat. We want to thank everybody for participating. You people are awesome. We want to thank everybody for watching, listening, contacting us with your band, contacting us with your shorts, your movies. You guys are awesome.
You got some cool shit.
Yep. And we will see you next week with Frankenhooker.